Welcome to the bold analysis. The Dagoretti Member of Parliament, John KJ Kiarie, was today heckled in an event in his constituency, heckled and chased away, and in a clip that has been going viral. It is very clear that UDA MPs that have been dispatched in different parts of the country to try to pacify the ground are not going to find it easy. And I have realized the protest was largely in the big cities of Nakuru, Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, and Eldoret. But UDA team were dispatched in other parts of the country, in the rural areas, so that leaders will find an opportunity to pacify the protest. But this incident is really telling you that the likes of KJ must put their acts together.
Energy represent. Talk about. Energy represent. Talk about.
Mr. Speaker. And the lie persists, Mr. Speaker, because even some of the photos that we were seeing out of the streets, I can tell you as a graphic editor that they do not belong to this country. Photos were being taken off the internet and being edited and posed as Generation Z. I am a photo expert, Mr. Speaker, and I can point out to you photos that were edited to look like they were in the...
Nonsense.
Mr. Speaker. And the lie persists, Mr. Speaker, because even some of the photos that we were seeing out of the streets, I can tell you as a graphic editor that they do not belong to this country. Photos were being taken off the internet and being edited and posed as Generation Z. I am a photo expert, Mr. Speaker, and I can point out to you photos that were edited to look like they were in the...
Nonsense. This KJ, the other day, and I've joined that clip, he was actually saying that those who are protesting because those are fake protests, that they're just people that have been mobilized and there is nothing very substantial that is going on. He called them fake crowds when making his presentation in Parliament. And the digital age, the digital era is here with us. And people are seeing and people are listening to what the leaders are saying. Do you know that also Oscar Sudi was called out by, I think, a Catholic bishop who told him to keep off politics in church?
Nimemaliza baba. Nimemaliza. Sasa unaingia siasa. Hii sio siasa, najaribu kukusa kwa kidogo. Wewe maliza hii siasa. Baba nimemaliza. Sio siasa. Nimemaliza baba. Tuonyeshe vile unajua mambo ya kiroho. Sio. Si nimekuonesha mara nyingi baba, mimi najua mambo ya kiroho. Nimekuonesha sisi ni mtu yako, hata unajua mambo ya kiroho. So Mwenyezi Mungu awabariki sana na asante sana kukuka, tunajua kuna nimemaliza baba. Nimemaliza. Sasa unaingia siasa. Hii sio siasa, najaribu kukusa kwa kidogo. Wewe maliza hii siasa. Baba nimemaliza. Sio siasa. Nimemaliza baba. Tuonyeshe vile unajua mambo ya kiroho. Sio. Si nimekuonesha mara nyingi baba, mimi najua mambo ya kiroho. Nimekuonesha sisi ni mtu yako, hata unajua mambo ya kiroho. So Mwenyezi Mungu awabariki sana na asante sana kukuka, tunajua kuna...
It is not going to be very easy for the MPs that have been dispatched, because just like what the organizers have been saying, part of the messages that have been coming out, the public is buying in and the public is more intact, or rather is more inclined towards the information coming out, that you cannot be able to wink them easily. This is Kimani Ichung'wah, and I wonder why he chose to go to Baringo to hit, or rather to attack people that were protesting in Nairobi. If you feel you want to tell something to those protesters, then the most honorable thing is to organize a rally in Nairobi and talk to them here.
Tangazie nikiwa hapa, mimi nilipiga yes na niliongoza wabunge 204 wa Kenya kupiga yes. Sababu hii finance bill, nimesikia wale wa Gen Z pia wakiuliza hii finance bill imeletwa na Ruto. Sio Ruto ameleta finance bill, imekuwa tambu. Ile kitu imebadilika Kenya ni mjadala umebadilika. Wale wengi unaona wakiandamana Nairobi wameshika simu ya iPhone, wanajiita Gen Z. Wanafika kwa maandamano na Uber. Wanatoka maandamano wanaingia KFC kukula kuku na minofu. Ama hamkuwaona? Muliwaona? Maji ni ile ya chupa. Hao hawajui kukosa stima ni kitu gani. Hawajui mtu wako Eldama Ravine 35% peke yao ndio wako na nguvu ya stima ama umeme kwa manyumba zao. Wale wako na umeme Nairobi 100%. Tumeweka milioni 50 in every constituency, na hapa Baringo County another 1 billion shillings ya kuhakikisha 100% connectivity ya stima Baringo County imefika. Lakini mtu wako na stima Nairobi hawezi elewa shida ya mtu wa Baringo. Ataelewa kweli? Sasa jamani, watu Eldama Ravine, hiyo ndio mambo naambiwa niongozo wa Kenya tuseme no. Ili mkulima wa ngano, mkulima wa mahindi, wa maharagwe, wa kahawa apate mbolea ya bei ya chini. Tumeweka hiyo bilioni 10 ya subsidized fertilizer, ndio wale wanao wanatuambia tukatae. Badala ya kuweka kodi ya magari, tukaweka pesa ya kumaliza barabara hizo. Umesikia Kiboreka akiwaambia kama hiyo amesema ya kutoka Poror, Timboroa, Poror, inapitia Sirwa mpaka Ochi, si ndio? Inatuunganisha constituency 3. Hizo barabara najua mlihaidiwa kitambo, si ndio? Si Rais William Ruto akiwa deputy president aliwaahidi hiyo barabara? Wakati aliwaahidi, mnajua ile mashida tulipata ama mmesahau? Si mnajua ni mimi nilikuwa chairman wa budget. William Ruto kuahidi mabarabara, Uhuru Kenyatta naye na ile gang ya handshake wakasema msifanye hata moja ili watu wamchukie. Hizo barabara ndio rais ameweka pesa kwa hii budget kuhakikisha hiyo mipango yote inakamilika.
The politicians have decided that instead of talking to the urban youth, they've gone to the rural areas and they're speaking of what happened in Nairobi in rural areas and telling them, you know, Ruto has lost hope. You remember I said that the Nairobi youth is not going to vote for Kenya Kwanza. It's something written on the wall. And probably they have also, even those in government have also known that they don't have their way. On their way with the urban youth, it's going to be a big problem. And here, you can also see that they're not finding it very easy to, they cannot talk to the youths here. They cannot talk to the fellows here. They've decided to take choppers and go to the rural counties so that they can attack these young people in terms of what is going on. But I want to tell you that things are not going to be very easy. I've seen messaging. I think one thing I need to say here is, I saw this 7 days of rage for We Have Courage, and they've given the plan. Friday 21, after city mortuary, attend Juma prayers at Jamia Mosque and give water to those living after the prayers. Saturday 22nd at midnight, all bars and nightclubs where Gen Z frequent will stop the music to listen to a national crescendo of Ruto must go and reject finance bill. Then Sunday 23rd of June, deplatform politicians in church. Don't allow any politician who voted yes to speak in your church. Then Monday 24th of June, make a courtesy call on MPs who voted yes at the constituency office. Tell them, endelea hivyo hivyo, boycott the business of these traitors, and as mentioned, a number of MPs. Then Tuesday, occupy parliament and total shutdown Kenya. A national strike. Gen Z are granting all hardworking Kenyans a day off. Parents, keep your children at home in solidarity. Wednesday 26th June, Justice for X visit IPOA and the IG of police demanding justice for X. And Thursday, block main roads leading to Nairobi and occupy State House to witness Ruto sign our lives into slavery. So that this information, I think I saw it around, it's all over, it's going all over in the Twitter. It's not something new, it's something that you can see there. And what it's saying, and what exactly is being said there, is that the public are not relenting. The public is unrelenting. I have realized one thing, and this have to be said. What we are doing is assuming that these people, assuming that the young people here, by calling them Gen Z, someone has believed that these are cool kids who cannot take this country the wrong way. I listened to a bite from former Kiambu Governor Nyoro saying, let's be very careful. The young people we are entertaining and we are feeling like there is nothing going on, we're actually treading a very dangerous route with them. And I may want you to listen to Nyoro here. So ladies and gentlemen, there is a big problem. And I can promise you MPs are still going to find it very rough. Even as we go, even if the government will get its way with this bill, they will vote in, they'll be able to get what they want. Because I've heard Musalia Mudavadi say that if Parliament shoots down the bill, then that is a vote of no confidence on government, and they should not allow that to happen. But MPs are in a big fix because at the end of the day, there are things they must get right. unless they choose to get them wrong. But for a fact, they must get it right. If they get it wrong, it's up to them. Why MPs will not manage to pacify the demographic? I've seen a number of people, keyboard warriors trying to do tweets. They have also even gone quiet, be quiet, because you try to tweet, they will hit you. You try to say something, they will be on you. In fact, one of the most difficult things for you now is to be a defender of Kenya Kwanza. It's not very easy. Even those who are defending it are very easy. And I want to believe this strategy by MPs going to the ground to try to talk down the protest is one that is very weak, and for lack of a better word, is a poor strategy. So I want to look at that. But before we look at that, before we dive deep into that, I want to humbly request you to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like our videos. Thank you very much for your support. We've hit 74,000 subscribers, 74K. Now, I told you before the end of the day we'll be at 100, and I believe it's possible. So let's support in. We also send, on behalf of the Ball family, we send condolences to the family of Rex. And there is also the other gentleman. 2 people have lost their lives. I have analysis looking at that next. But we're also sending condolences messages to the families. Yeah, those are patriots that lost their lives in the fight. And may God condole with the family at that trying moment. I don't know why government is holding Eric Omondi. Yeah, it's still at large, not yet been found. He was arrested around Parliament buildings at midday. Then was supposed to appear for the fundraiser, for the show fundraiser, and that has not been seen. But now he's been arrested. So by the time I was shooting this video, this was 9 p.m. There was communication. The wife was still trying to look for him here and there, and he had not been found. But we believe that yes, he should be out so that he can also take care of the burial of the brother. And I want to talk to Kenyan MPs. The 2 killings of the 2 young people, the killing of the 2 young people that died in this protest was a big mistake. And any MP that wants to get away and wants to be on the good side of the history, that is the direction that you must go and call out. Because I have seen the photos being shared in social media, and of course some of people now plugging in and supporting the family here and there. But when these young people are seeing, on the other end, this is the contradiction that the Kenya Kwanza believes and would want you to believe that they don't have any problem with people protesting. That let those who protest, protest. But on the other side, some very disturbing scenes emerge that people who are protesting, someone went for the protest, has been shot and then killed. So we must strike that balance, and that is the biggest contention the protesters will have with those in power will now concentrate on the brutality, because it's human nature. When you see someone killed, it totally turns up that thing to something else. So it will be very difficult. The first thing when you go, you must talk about is you must acknowledge that lives lost. Just the same way for example, I've been seeing Alfred Mutua visiting the officer, and of course we sympathize with that officer who lost his fingers, were ripped when he was using that tear gas canister. And it's a very awkward, it's a very awkward situation, because he was throwing tear gas towards protesters, Kenyans. There's no one who's called a protester, by the way, towards Kenyans. And the gods were not happy, maybe, and then he suffered in it. So I have seen even Mutua calling out members of public on that incident. I am still waiting for the same government, if they believe that the protest, they allowed it and they don't have a problem with it and it's part of our democracy, then the police officers that killed those 2 people, that shot those 2 young men, should be called out and should be arrested. Number 2, the current protest in the street, it is not It was just triggered by finance bill, but it is a culmination of issues. Yes, there have been so many bad things happening in this country. You know, maybe let me remind you. Do you know there were demolitions just in this Nairobi? People were rendered homeless. But I think us in this channel, we supported some people. There were demolitions in Mavoko. People suffered. There have been problems. The housing levy was forced down on people's throat. People are not happy with it. The university fee that is currently, the new model that is rolled out, people are struggling with it. So Kenyans are struggling with many things. So you might confuse and say, you know, let me just pass the finance bill because these kids don't understand. For them, they're just protesting. They're being misused. They're not being told the truth. But remember, these people are in this country. They've not come from the moon. They've not dropped from the moon. So if you realized yesterday, there was that lady with the dreadlocks who was saying, you're killing us in our communities. There have been issues. There have been problems in this country. So people are just finding out. Not everyone, by the way, let me tell you the truth. Not everyone is in that state for finance bill. Maybe not all of them. People have different versions of it. People have a different understanding. You've been traveling and using taxpayers' money. And by the way, let me tell you, the real contention between members of the public and those in power is corruption. They are feeling that the finance bill we've had has not changed our lives. And you know, I am listening to Ichungwa saying the finance bill is not new. It's true, it's not new. But do you know that President Ruto took a conversation to the people and said that we want to fund our economy through taxes? So he himself, he went and told them how the essential that finance bill is. And so people tied their lives to it, saying, okay, they passed it last time. They say we're going to get jobs. Where are those jobs? So the real problem here is we've always been increasing the taxes and people are not seeing reciprocity in terms of service delivery. Number 3, the political opponents are realigning and they're taking the advantage. In the constituencies, if an MP voted no, his opponent will use that against him and then will be charging the masses. So when you see this list coming out, the people that will execute this move, the resentment even at the constituency level, are the opponents. And that is why those who voted yes are in big problem. And lastly, I think MPs lack direct impact on the young people. You know, our Kenyan MPs, sorry to say, and there's no reason to be sorry about, nothing to be sorry about. The truth here is, they take CDF money, they go and give tenders to people to paint schools and construct, you know, schools and so and so. So that has traction in the rural setup because women will say a school has been built, a fence has been put there, this and that. But in the urban sector, no one sees those schools that has been built by CDF. In fact, they don't even, you know, you don't know who has built. Is it county? Is it MP? Is it national government? So that doesn't have traction here. And that is why if there is someone that will lose touch with that Gen Z, is a member of parliament. I think they rather put their house in order because that is the start of a protest against them. Thank you.